Good afternoon, everyone, and I hope you're having a knowledge-filled afternoon. So, my name is Amarachi, and I am a blockchain engineer and educator. And today I'm here to talk to you about the blockchain and what the blockchain is. I know 90% of let me just give you guys the benefit of doubt. Let me say 70% of the guys sitting in this room today actually got involved with the blockchain through airdrops, which is a good thing. But then most people eventually think that that is where everything that has to do with blockchain ends. But I'm here to change that narrative. So I'm here to tell you about the several other goodness that is in the blockchain that you can explore as an individual and definitely build a career path through us. So the blockchain is not only about the airdrop that will cook or the one that will not cook, or the one that is dust, or the one that is USDT, or the one that are 100x, 10x, 200x, and all of that. It's not just all about that. All those, they are good, but then there are other sustainable, very sustainable career paths in the blockchain that you can explore, and you can come from any background at all. You don't even have to just be a developer. You can come from any background. So let's talk about the blockchain. The blockchain came and revolutionized very key things in our existence. So when you talk about ownership, when you talk about transparency, when you talk about trust, there are other things that the blockchain revolutionized, but these three ones, they are very key. Because prior to the blockchain, there are ways that we go about this thing. So you see ownership. When you say I own a house, you literally have to have a place on earth, a location that this house sits, right? When you say you're trying to transact an amount of money with somebody, right, you have to have a level of trust or have some level of escrow that is going to yield that trust for you. But then when it comes to the blockchain, someone can be like, I own 3 acres of land in the metaverse, and you're like, which one is metaverse again? But it does exist. It does exist. And someone can be like, okay, I just transacted $1 million in a space of 5 minutes with somebody. I know in your conventional bank, before you do that amount of money, you'll fill papers, you will fill form tire, right? But then the blockchain came and changed a whole lot of things, right? When it comes to trust, the blockchain is even trustless in the sense that you don't even have to try to trust. It's trustless in the sense that you don't really need to know the person on the other end before you have to initiate a transaction or basically transfer value, right? So another thing again is transparency. You know, when it comes to the blockchain, you literally can see how money moves, how value moves, from which address to the other address. You don't go around in the street seeing the transaction details of a particular bank, right? You don't. And sometimes you even get charged by some of these banks without even knowing why. You get charged, they call it stamp duty, all these type of things, right? There are valid charges, but sometimes you don't even know why these charges come, and you don't even see somebody that is really available to like tell you why these things are being charged, right? You don't. A lot of things that goes on in the traditional banking system or traditional financial system, they are not really transparent. But when it comes to blockchain, when it comes to transferring value, you know what moved from point A to point B, how much it charged point A to move to point B, and everything is just open for everyone to see. That is how transparent the blockchain is. So you can see these three things, they are very important to our existence, right? So how exactly are these things revolutionizing our day-to-day life? So you will come across things like NFT, you come across things like dApps, you come across DeFi, you hear DAOs, you hear voting systems, you hear smart contracts. These are several ways that these things change the way we solve problems in our environment, right? So before I even go down this memory lane of trying to explain this thing, I don't want to assume that everybody here knows what the blockchain is, or even what web3 is at large. So I'm just going to explain this quickly with an analogy. I'm not going to go technical, just with an analogy. So let's think of the blockchain like this. So we all here, we are workers at a particular job, and then we are required to enter the record of when we came into a particular when we came into the job and when we leave. So this job have actually provided a particular book for everybody, and this book, they are kind of connected such that when I come to work and I put that I came to work at 8:30 a.m. in the morning, then the other person, it gets recorded to their own book that I came to work at 8:30. So it's a way like everybody's seeing what is happening, everybody's having an updated copy of what is happening. So and there's definitely CCTV camera to check if actually when I came to work was actually when I entered. If I am actually entering a wrong record there, I'll get caught, right? So this is just the setting. Just picture the setting. So, but there's this particular worker that comes late perpetually, right? And then he manages to come to work early the next day, and then go to his own record book and tries to change all the times that he came late. And mind you, the job rewards people that come early, and then this guy that comes late wants to come and change all his record and then gain this prize. Definitely the co-workers will revolt, right? And not just that, the camera will even get to see him doing crazy things. And then when these other workers come to work and they open their own book and they are seeing that this perpetual latecomer is trying to tell us that he comes early every day, no, we're not going to accept it. And once there's this kind of dispute, then the workers, they're like, you came to work this time, there's CCTV camera to check everything, and once you're caught to be cheating, then you'll be put in your actual place. So this is a setting of the blockchain, and this is actually how the blockchain works. So the blockchain is basically a network of nodes that are interconnected, and they are have a copy of this giant data, such that when someone makes an update, it gets updated in every other person's copy of the blockchain. And then when a bad actor comes around and tries to change something that has previously happened in the past, or even try to impute something, an unverified data or data that is manipulated, then the whole network will be like, no, according to my data, this is wrong. According to our data, this is wrong. And with that, you're not going to be able to add a wrong data to the blockchain. So that is how the blockchain works. And again, when it comes to web3, web3 is just a conned name, a fancy name of saying the web with decentralization added to it. So we know web 1 to be like the era of the web, where web pages were more like newspapers. There is no interaction. They are just come and read and go. You can't interact. You can't log in. You can't sign up. You can't do anything. But then when it comes to web 2, there is this is the era of the block of web, where you can, there's some level of interaction, right? You can log in, sign up, edit, updates, basically do some level of interaction. But then when it comes to web3, all the things that you can do in web 2, interaction, everything. But then in this case now, there's a decentralized server, there's a decentralized blockchain backing it. That is where the data that comes from this web3 applications is being saved, and where they fetch their data is from a decentralized blockchain. Unlike your web 2, where you have like a hosting service, you have a cloud service that is dedicated, that is centralized somewhere, that you have password, login details to just go. You can go there. It has a single point of failure. But the blockchain, you don't have a single point of failure, right? So this is just the whole idea around the blockchain. So now that you know what the blockchain is, you can see that it's a lot of things. And you can achieve a lot of things in the blockchain. So this really tells you that you don't just need to be a developer in the Web3 space. You can literally come from any background and find your ground somewhere in the Web3 space. Whether you're a front-end developer, back-end developer, whether you're a product designer, you are a project designer, you are a marketing personnel, you are a customer care personnel, you are all the other non-technical things that you do in your normal job. You can literally do all these things in the blockchain. You just have to find a way to just understand the fundamentals of the blockchain, because now you're not dealing with some things are not as common. There are some things that are really specific to the blockchain. You just need to learn this, just know how this, just have an idea of this thing. And that brings me to a video I recently released on my YouTube channel, Code with Amarachi. So it's basically explaining all these blockchain fundamentals. So you can go check it out and just get yourself acquainted with this knowledge. And with that, you can literally think and go through, and then you'll be able to see what you can do. You can be a community manager, you can be a social media manager in the Web3 space. And I'm telling you, these guys earn good money. You can imagine someone being paid $1,500 for just managing a Telegram community. Crazy, right? Yeah, but it happens. It happens. So there are several ways for you to get involved. That is not just airdrop. You don't just have to be chasing airdrop all your life. An airdrop comes seasonally, but then there are other things that you can do and build a career towards. That is not just airdrop. So I'm going to stop here so that I'll be able to get questions from you guys, and I'll be able to give more detailed answers to with respect to the questions that come to me. So thank you guys for listening, and I'm open to your questions.